Okay, so hello everyone. Okay, I'm gonna apologize now because I had a really bad cold for the last few days, so if I sound a bit croaky and all that, it's because my throat is killing still. Welcome to round 30 of the championship between for F1 drivers. We're at Hungary today. No sprint or anything this week. It's just a normal short qualifying and then the 35 lap race. We're just currently waiting for McLaren's and Guil and Liam to join. That's all we're waiting for. Just get them another invite. Hopefully, get this game started for this week. Got Liam there, so now it's just Google and both McLarens. If you missed last week, apparently it was chaotic to say the least. I may have put the wrong number for the event now. I was realised, but hopefully we'll change that. Obviously after last week, it was a chaotic to say the least. Spain obviously had an absolute mighty battle at the end of the race. Fortunately, both King and Google got penalties, so Sniper gets his first victory last week after a protest was denied for the fact there was Black Box. We cut the championship for McLaren. Bloody hell. Alright, there's Google, Black Box, and then we're just waiting for Jerry, and then we can get going. Alright, so just with Black Box there, just need to pick his car and get Jerry in. And then we should be able to get going. Right, sorry to have to deal with that little going on. So just everyone are ready up now and start the race. I'll get the stands up while I wait for everyone to get this thing and then I can talk you through them. I've been seeing this. So the Hungarian track where overtaking is very difficult. The only normal place is the start-finish line. Unless you're feeling very bold, which I really hope no one's going to cause a massive incident. Between the drivers, and there we go. That's been 1 minute past, so it's the earliest we've ever started F1 when I've been here. Alright, so Axis is now leading the championship by 10 points now over King. We've got this round and 2 more rounds to go after this. So 75 points up for grabs for races and then 3 pole position laps. So 78 points all up for grabs. This championship isn't over yet. You never know. Google could pull a surprise out, but it's looking very unlikely unless he gets a solid result on the other two, D and F. But our standings is Axa, King, Google, and then Josh Evans in P4, who still hasn't got a win to my surprise this season. Unlike his teammate, who's right behind Jolam, who's currently 14 points off Josh. Next car is Jerry, who had 3 in a row for wins, and then we have Sniper, who obviously got the win last week, and the fastest lap as well. And then Loki, Kale, or obviously Ken, if you don't know that, Masiak, Liam, Leon, obviously he's a reserve, and he should be racing the F if I'm not mistaken. I think he must have changed it because he was on there last time I checked. Smith, he was racing Jacob in the Alpha Tauri. I don't think he's racing. Yeah, I'm just a bit out of it. But other than that, the championship obviously is the big two, and obviously they got the McLaren and the Mercedes obviously all battling for both constructors obviously as well. The gap, I know, was only 100 points, so actually they could seal that today. if they just outscore. I don't know. They'll score them by. Let's see. I'll just try with this point. Let's see if I can get the winner. Right, so the cars are coming out now. Alright, so all the cars come out of the pits now. I don't know the racetrack conditions yet, because I forgot to ask Josh Evans, who normally does it for us. But obviously he's gone out on the track, so I don't want to disrupt them. But obviously a lot of the cars, it looks like it could be a dry qualifying, I'm just going to predict. But we'll stick on board with the Mercedes of Google, who's the first car on the track. Because obviously this is a track where obviously the pole position is very key here, unless you can make your strategy work. Because I feel like a lot of guys are going to be starting the mediums as hard, but apparently I'm getting reports it could be raining for the start. So that is going to throw up another twist in the race, because if it rains at the start, we could have a full-on 2020 all over again. Not 2020, 21, sorry. But Goulet is going to start his lap now. It looks like only car beating his way is the Ferrari at most. But obviously, as the yellow flags already. It's Aston Martin. I think that might be Sarakaya. But we'll stick aboard Goulet to see if he gets out the way. He's still in the session. There is the car, and it is. I don't actually know what. I don't know whose car that is actually. The name wouldn't pop up there for some reason. But we'll stick aboard of these. After the yellow flag is going to go to issue. He finally gets going now. And he's not going again, so something's going on here because he's stopped on track again. I'm going to have to go quickly to look at this, sorry, just to see what's going on. Sarakaya is off the track, but he's fucking letting everyone go, that's fine. Gula has had a clean lap so far, it looks like had no big mistakes or anything, keeping it clean and the track limits. It's gone purple, obviously, because it's the first car on track. And let's see what the benchmark's going to be, because the Frenchman will set the first lap of the session. As he comes on the final corner now, he's clean exit. As Hassan Matthias, he crashes out! Crashes out the fast left-hander. So he's going to be out the Haas driver, and Google is going to set the benchmark for 1:15.5. What can Simon do behind him on the same time? 1:16.4. Now it's Axel, the championship leader, remember, and he goes a 15.6, a tenth and a half slower. Next is locked across the line. It's going to be Loki starting the lap. Next one to finish the lap is going to be Sniper, the other Alfa Romeo. Comes around the final corner now. But he won last week. What can he do here? P4, 16.6. A second off the base of the front there. And Sarakaya gets disqualified. Josh has gone P3. Jolan goes P3 now. McLaren, who's that? Is that Black Box? Oh no, that is Jerry. Comes to the line now. Jerry just started his lap. Sorry, mistake that. I think next car is going to be Vespa in the Williams. Coming on the final lap now, final corner now. Doesn't take us far exit there, and across the line P7. There's a lot of yellow flags starting to come up on the track. Cars get out of the way for other ones. Next car is going to be the Haas of Adrian who pits. Next is going to be a Ferrari, and I'm gonna it's Liam on his out lap. He just started. Sorry, Kale's obviously the coming car. Ken goes P7. Next car is going to be Black Box's starting his lap. We've got all the cars coming in, so I think the next car to cross the line will be, looking here, I think it's an Alpha Tauri, and it's going to be Enzo, but he's invalidated his lap, so he's going to be heading to the pits for it, and he's put in neutral. No, he's got enough fuel to do another run. We've got loads of yellow flags coming out now. A lot of cars, I think, are right on the edge of fuel, I feel like, for the lap. And I really hope that wasn't a block there. I can just leave on an outlap, so that's fine. Right, car on the lap right now is Black Box. He's on the and his teammate Jerry, who's going to come across the line now, actually, but he's invalidated. Let's see what his time would have been, though, if he had kept it valid. Oh, it's a 128, that's miles off. I'll jump back and board to his black box teammate. Obviously, remember, the gap was 10 points here, and we've got Abu Dhabi and Brazil after this, obviously, for the next 2 weeks. So the championship is going to be key. 10 points, 3 races, is not going to be close. As it comes down to the final call now, this is going to be Black Box's first lap. What will it be? Will it be anywhere near the Mercs, or will he have a lot of proving to do? And he comes to the line, this is 15.6. So he's a 10.5. He's still a 10th off of Google, but he's ahead of Axel by 8 thousandths. That's a lot of cars that come to the pits now. I'm just going to quickly check in the weather. So yes, apparently it is going to be raining for the start of the race. That's going to be interesting, because the dog will be curious what type of setup people are going for, because you can tell the lap difference could be telling something here. People might have gone for more wet for a start to get advantage. Some people have gone dry to get through it. But I'm trying to see who's going to lap now. Is that Jacob comes to the line? Jacob goes P5. A great lap there by AlphaTauri. Next car has to be Jerry. He's gone for another lap, it seems. He's kept it valid here. Comes to the line P4. 58 for the McLaren Diaries. And again, they've monopolised the top 4. So that's Sarakai has left the session. He said he's having problems with his pedals. Hopefully he can join him back and get back in. We've got Liam coming across the line now. This will be his first lap in the Ferrari. A 16.6 for Liam, goes P9. Yellow flags for a lot of cars behind. Next car is going to be Simon's already on another lap. That was really quick there by the Frenchman. He comes out the final lap, but obviously this is an out lap, it looks like, a warm-up of sorts. They have the teammates behind, unless they set a good lap. So Guril's just gone a bit faster there. Just by a little bit though, not a huge amount. Axel is backing off on his lap. So yeah, they must be warming the tyres up before they do this. So they are determined to try and keep their tyres up to temperature. Because they're on Hungarian, if you lose your temperature in your tyres, you will have struggle for grip. But now they're stabilised, but we've only currently got 4 drivers in the 15s. And obviously, as you expect, it's the top 4 for the Battle of the Championship. Because obviously they have been warned, these guys, because of what happened last week at Spain. They have been warned, if they help their team massively, it's going to be big problems. He was sorry, that was Masiek, that was P9. I've just caught the spin of Simon there. Or Simon, sorry, I don't know why it's just Simon there. Other than that... Oh, please, that's a block, I've just seen that. Right, the car's coming off the line now. I don't think anyone else is improving massively. Josh has just started a lap. So it's going to be the key, obviously, how much time you're going to gain and how much time you can lose. Google's going to cross the line now. He's gone, it's a 15.4, he's got a 10.5 faster. Next car across the line, I think it's Sniper. No, it's not Sniper. Right, this is the only thing that irritates me. There's so many drivers to watch. But here comes Axel now. What can he do against his teammates? So I just realised in the team that fucking volume, and Axel goes pole by 8 thousandths. Give us 2 seconds, just need to turn the volume down before I forget. Alright. Oh, sorry about that. So Axel now has pole position to his name at the moment. But the question is, how are the McLaren's going to respond? Or can Google spring a surprise? Because obviously, Google I know will not give up obviously a win if he needs to. He'll only do it for the championship if it's close. But if something happens to Jerry, Google could take a victory here. And I know he would, because he would love it. If it's Google. Other than that, there's not many cars on laps at the moment. Some cars are just starting a lap, some cars are just finishing a lap. Like, for example, Sniper jumped to P7 in the Alfa Romero, 16.1. A lot of the guys in this cut-off, he's 2,000 quicker than Josh Evans. But it looks like everyone else has come to the pits now. I think the next car is going to be Loki Cheeves in the Alfa Romeo. His teammate all last week. Can he do anything this week to get up to him? Because P5, a great lap there by the British driver. His first run and it's P5, so he gets ahead of Joe and all that. Next car, as Jacob, obviously he's finishing his lap. You got Enzo, who's gone P10 there. Now let's see what Jake can do. The car ahead of him is Pangrio. Let's see how Pangrio jumps up the grid. And no, that's not Pangrio. This is what I mean. So no. And Jacob stays P7. Gone improving his time. Next car is going to be Ferrari, but I feel like that's Kale. So yep, that's Ken coming to the line. He's on a warm-up lap, a 4-minute warm-up lap. 17. Like, this game is so broken right now. I don't know what is going on. Jesus Christ. Right. I'm just, it's just irritating, to say the least. Right. So, Pangrillo's the only one who hasn't set a lap time yet. We'll stick on board with him now. He's been getting better and better over the time. Because he says he's not F1 bound, but at this rate he could be, because he's been getting solid points for every championship he's been driving in, like championship car. And let's see what he can do here, because he comes around sector 2 there, 54.7 for sector 2. He's coming just the final few corners of sector 3 now. A lot of curbing and apex is needed here. Comes to the final few corners now. Oh, a little wobble there coming out of the corner. That's going to cost him like a 10 for 2. Yellow flags again. It's car slowing down to let them by turn 1. And here comes Pangrio P13. But where would he have been without that little mistake, I wonder? We'll jump aboard of Kale now. He's the car that's going to cross the line now. He's on new tyres. He's currently on 17.5. What can he do to improve his time? And he jumps to P7. 16.1 now. Next car across the line is going to be McLaren off Black Box. And Black Box goes P2. 3,000 quicker than Google. Next car is Goody Jerry, but Jerry's backed out of the lap. So something's happened to the Red Bull there. Strowman was waiting for a run. And there's his teammate behind him. A real hasn't affected Josh. Gets a little tool from his teammate. That might have a bit of a speed. And it looks like Joel might be backing out of this, maybe. Yes, he does. So he's giving the Red Bull drivers a little slipstreaming of each other. Which obviously the turn. Now Josh is going to get a perfect lap to maximise that. 2 seconds, going to keep myself on a quick down. Right, so that was Google on a lap and he just got blocked. And that was a spinning Williams, I think. That was Masiek, yes. So that's going to be a fun thing. So that's one thing already. Oh, Google, don't react. Google. Yeah, Google definitely on a lap, and you can tell by his DRS. I know the Frenchman's not going to like that. Because I think German's just ran out. Yeah, German's ran out of fuel now. Oh boy. I really hope Google wasn't a lap. Oh, the Frenchman's going to go nuts. Alright, but it looks like everyone's in the pits now or doing that. A lap run, it seems. Josh Evans abandoned his lap after getting that slipstream, so he must have had mistakes popping up. And now, I think most cars are doing their final run now. Sniper's already jumped out of the pits already to do his final run. But the question is, who's going to be on pole? Because the times are getting closer and closer now. We've got a 10th between the top 3, nearly. But Jerry obviously must have had a mistake in his second lap, which has cost him a chance to get near these guys. And Axe has now smashed it with a 15.3 now. So Axe has now put the pressure onto the Mercedes, his Mercedes teammate, and the McLarens. As Adrian goes to P12 in the Haas. The next car I think is going to be Vespa, who's invalidated again, unfortunately. Next car, I think, is Simon. Stop! Honestly, I don't know why I do that. He stays in 5th for that corner. I normally see people around 4th for that one. Short shift in the 5th there on the exit. What can Simon do? He's going to have maybe one more run. P5 for Aston Martin driver. He's now the 5th driver to get into the 15s. And we've got one more run now. And obviously Sniper's already around to the final corner. So this will be his final lap for qualifying, and let's see what Sniper can do. We'll stick on board with him to see what the Alpha Rail driver can do here. As he hits the turn 1, obviously, let's see what gear he takes. I see a lot of changes of gears around here, and he will stick to 4th, let the car roll, and then take the curving. Yellow flags for the car ahead. Hopefully he'll get out of the way of Sniper, who's coming down to turn 3 now. Hopefully the cars in front will get out of the way. There's no one else is coming across the line now. Axes into the pits. And there the Williams gets out of the way, thankfully. The Sniper. A Sniper is up a half a tenth on his time right now. So you never know how crucial that could be, especially with the wet weather. Next car gets out of the way on the right of the Alpine. Heads into the double pitting. Keeps it going. Oh, a massive one for Sniper. And I think that may ruin his chances to improve from P10. Unless he has a mega last sector. Because let's see how much time he lost. He was a 10th up, remember, at the first split. And Sniper's lost a 10th and a half. While there's McLaren ahead, he was knocking out the way. And Sniper has to abandon the lap now. But that was very costly. Especially for Manjari. Because he's definitely going to be reported for that. That was Sniper's last lap. You know, all the cars are coming out now. Sniper's not going to have enough time to get in the pits, new tyres for another lap. So he will be P10 at best. Jerry now starts the lap, or the other controversy now, because he's definitely getting reported. As I bet I'm going to see a comment in the bloody thing. But yellow flag, there's a car spun out of the chicane there. That's Enzo. Enzo needs to get out of the way quickly for the cars behind. Because he will hold them up, and then, here we go. And Enzo's frankly real, and Simon retires. He doesn't think he can go out for another lap. Actually, Enzo stays off the cars. He's got one more, which is, I think, at the moment, it's black box and out lap. But I'm going to stick a ball with Jerry and see what he can do. Because Jerry can Jerry do anything on the final one? Because he's got the Mercedes on the out lap behind him. Just don't do anything stupid, Jerry, please. And Jerry... Track limits, that's cool, Master Sphere. Keeps it in there, and he's gone 2.5 tenths quicker here. So, Jerry, is he going to pull out anything at the end of this run? Because it'll be crucial to see what's going to happen here for the championship fight and what's going to happen as Jerry rounds the final few corners here, up to 4th, short to 5th, comes around the final corner now. This is Jerry's final lap, and what will it be? It's a 15.4 ahead of his teammate, but can't be anywhere near AXA. Google will stop. Google will finish his lap now. And it's a 15. No, the game's so broken. I hate this bloody graphic system. Alright, let's see what cars coming across the line. Josh goes P5. Ken goes. No, that's not Ken. That's Liam, P14. That's what I mean. There's so much going on, and this system does not help at all. Pangreel's and not Pangreal, Leo. Master X invalidated, so he won't be improved from P15. Unless he's going to have enough time for one more lap, and he just makes it. Bassi has one more chance. The cars behind do not. Adrian's invalidated, so he'll be best P13 for the Hungarian race for the wet start. Pangreal, next car across the line. He's 4 attempts up there. Apparently it's split 2. Where will it help him get a better position for the start of the race? And he comes to the line now on the Alpine, and it's P7. A great. I'm always a spinning back. That's kill. Ken spun out the final corner, that's cost him any improvement. And Black Box pits. Black Box can't improve, he validated. So, it looks like Axel, unless Gomez had a mega lap, is going to take the pole here. And Loki's P6 now, at Miro. Speaking of Google, he comes around the final corner now. Can Google snatch the pole? No! But he gets a front row lockup for Mercedes. Unless anyone builds a mega, Vespa spins out. And I think that's everyone apart from Joe is on a lap. He's come around the final corner now. He's currently P9. What can he do anyway in his teammates' pace? Axel's got even faster. Now to take the pole cemented, but Joe is P9. But what a lap by Axel to take the pole at Hungaroring. Yeah. Slimer's already commented. Right, so that is all going to be your grid for today's race. Right, so we're just waiting for everyone to get in the pits now, which is just Jerry, Josh, Snowkin, and Vesper. Right, so now this is going to be the key. Who's going to lead a turn one in the rain? Because in the dry it's chaos, but in the wet it's going to be absolutely explosive. Right, so there's your way. Axel's got a great chance to extend his points gap with Google in P2 and Jerry Black Box behind. Josh Evans are great at putting P5 behind, so if anything happens, he could be there. Then you've got Loki, Simon, Pangrio, Joan, and Ken in the top 10. And then Jacob, Sniper, obviously, his last lap was blocked, so he starts P12. Last week's race winner's got a big challenge here at Hungaroring. Enzo, Adrian, Masiek, Liam, Snokin, Vesper, Hassan, and I don't know if Sarakai's come back. So we'll have to wait and see. We might have 20 runners on 19. I could not notice that. But let's just see how this race plays out, because it's just 2021 vibes has come back to us for the wet start. And obviously with the McLaren to Mercedes being so competitive right now, I'm worried all of them are going to be caught by turn 1. As yeah, it actually is heavy rain, I think. Alright, so EV comments EV comments. Who's going to be leading at turn 1? Because I don't feel like it might be accident, because I feel like something's going to happen and it's just going to be pandemonium. But obviously now it's going to be key, because the race is going to go back to dry, I've been told as well. But is it going to go straight to dry? As I haven't been told the times. So I'm curious if it's going to be a wet into dry race. And is anyone going to pull a miracle strategy off to win this? You never know. Sniper won it after being clean last week. You never know what could happen here. Obviously Josh won in Australia in the wet. For qualifying, no start. No, that's Vilzu. As we're going to start the laps now. There's the lights. No formation lap still, unfortunately, with the game being so broken. And we're away for the Hungarian Grand Prix. But it looks like Axel got a solid start. All of them spread across. All the inters are outwards, obviously not wet. Google's got the inside, it defends it. Here comes Jerry. And oh, there was teammate contact. Axel's been thrown around by his teammates. Jerry takes the lead of the Grand Prix. And it's pandemonium. As the both Mercedes have collided. Axel's down to P17, Google's down to P10. This is a disaster, and it's a chance for McLaren. But that start, like I said, I knew he was going to be leading for turn 1. But what start by Loki, Ken, and Pangrio? They've all gained a lot of positions there. Oh my god, but now Google and Axel are going to have fire in their eyes, because they know who they're blaming. Let's just see. Oh, Lee had a massive lock up there, but he's managed to make the corner. Axel and Josh Evans also. Right, oh, please don't crash, guys, please. As we kept it going clean, but the McLarens have got a healthy margin already. They've got 1.5 on Loki Jeeves. That's an astounding start by the two McLarens, and that's what they wanted for the championship battle. Because they're currently 103 points back. They need a miracle to get back in this championship. For the constructors as also. But I can't believe that. I knew something was happening to what. I didn't expect it to be that explosive. Jerry leads the Grand Prix by a second over his teammates. As I have a look at the position stuff. Ken went up 6 positions. Guru lost 4. Axel's lost 12. 7 for Snokin. And spun Vesper at the back again. So it looks like Sarakai is back in the session. But the big question is how are the Mercedes going to respond? Axel's trying to make a charge now. He's into P12 now. After setting that sensational pole, he's got to battle through the wet to get anywhere near his championship rival. Sits comfortably in P2. And the question is how is this track going to dry out now? Because the strategy is going to be really key. Right, so we're on lap 2, and we've had a huge amount of position changes. We've had both Red Bulls in a great start positions in P14, 15. Obviously, Guril's down to P6, but he's recovering as quick as he can. Axel from pole to P12. But the McLarens are going to be the most satisfied because they took the 1-2 that the Mercedes took at pole, in qualifying, sorry. And now they lead a 1-2, and they are pulling away from Loki Chiefs and Alpha. And there goes Guril, he's already back into P5 now. And same move, Axel gets past Enzo. So the guys are pushing like hell to get right back into this, because you never know what they can do, because Axe's dry pace has already been proven. Josh Evans now is fighting Sniper. Jerry's gone even faster there, but Sniper's going to break just a bit later there and just try and get the squeeze in the Austrian, but he's going to go right around the outside. What a move by Josh Evans in the wet! But Sniper's going to come back and he's going to have the inside. Josh squeezed him a little bit there, but just enough to keep him space. Round in turn one now. Here's Sniper going to get by, but I think Josh has got the better way of traction and gets past him. And now he's going to deal with the other charge of the Red Bull. There goes Drawn to the inside. And there goes both Red Bulls, as Sniper's lost both positions to Red Bulls there. And nothing else is going on, as the field looks to be stagnating a bit, as the only cars that are going to be charging is a Ghoul, as shown by his purple sector, with clean air now, and obviously Axe, who's trying to catch up to Snoken. But it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, because the McLaren's pace, you can tell, is on another level already. They're only 2 seconds ahead of Low-Key. And Jerry leads, surprisingly, as well. So, is this going to be what they think? That Jerry's like, yes, I've got a good enough lead of the Mercedes. I can do this now. And take this victory. But we'll have to wait and see. But the big question now is, Google is catching up to the Ferrari of Kale, who's sticking to Low-Key in these positions. So, the battle for the podium could be very interesting. Because you never know, Axe could be battling back. You never know, you could have a surprise early gunner who could win it, work it out. But now we're on lap 4 now. Jerry still leads the McLaren 1-2. He's going. The track's getting quicker and quicker, so it is getting drier slowly. And it's going to be a question: is Google, is he going to look for the move on the inside? He thinks about it, but he doesn't go for it. Further back, it looks like Axel maybe thinking about it. Axel's gone for it! He sends it on Snooki with a great move. Side by side on exit. Axel's just got the rear traction and gets ahead. But what a move by Axel there. They get back into the points. As it's going to be interesting to see, because the range definitely just a little bit lighter than it was before. But it's going to be how interesting how quick the track will dry also. But you can tell the top 5 are in a different round, because Pangrio's struggling to keep up now. Because he's already lost 1.6 to these guys. But 3 seconds. They've opened the gap by another second on Low-Key Chiefs behind. And that's going to be really hard to catch up unless someone pulls an undercut during the crossover period. But we'll have to wait and see. As Josh Evans gets past Enzo and Jordan also. And there goes Sniper. Enzo's got a problem. Because here comes Adrian, and Adrian thinks about it but doesn't. Liam now being overtaken by Axel, the Frenchman. So Axel is still charging. Adrian now gets past Enzo. Enzo has a bit of a problem, it looks like. Jerry's going faster still, so the track is still slowly evolving. And further back, I can see that Kale's under attack by Guel. He cannot hold the Frenchman up. He's gone to the inside there, the Frenchman. And Kale loses P4 now. But Guel is not going to be satisfied until he gets past Low-Key and goes after those McLarens. But he's got 3 seconds to build up on. And Axel's obviously into P9, but he's got Jacob, and then he's got Clean Air after that. So it's going to be interesting to see what these two can do, because Guel is definitely going for victory now. And obviously what happened at turn 1? I'm just not going to comment on that. I'm just not going to comment. But lap 5 already, and rain is getting lighter still, so the track is slowly getting drier. But I'm curious if people are going to do a 1-stop or a 2-stop for the rain. Because I feel like most guys are going to do a 1-stop for hard to the end of the race. There's a massive slide for Ken there, I saw in the background. So Ken's struggling for grip there in the rear. And it's curious, obviously, as there goes Sim on a bit off track limits there. But he isn't getting that. He lost time anyway, so. But lap 6 now. The McLaren still lead there 1-2. Jerry still leads over Black Box. As a huge bit of moment there. Simply his rears. Now Black Box is fastest contract. Is Google going to respond to anything to these? And Google is a 10th off the pace at the moment. But the track's getting better and better, you can tell. Because the lap times have been getting quicker and quicker. Further back, there goes Axel on Jacob there. for P8 now, and he has the clean air ahead of him. As look at the rain, it's already started subsiding. So I feel like maybe another 10-12 laps before the dry conditions start popping up. Unless the track accelerates, it's drying massively. Sniper gets past Snoken now for P13. But I think the Red Bulls are just trying to... Oh, Josh has a bit of a moment come out of the corner there. Holds it. And keeps going with the Red Bulls. I think they're just trying to copy Axa and just follow him as he overtakes cars. But we'll have to get past these cars quickly because Axa is going to start setting sail in a minute. Because he's been the quickest car in this group, obviously, and he's got ahead now. So, there's the bump there. That's costing time. And there goes the Frenchman getting away from him. But now the question, obviously, now is Gula's on the rear of the Alfa Romeo. Obviously, these guys did not have a good rivalry last season. Again, I won't go into that, but let's see how this will work here at Hungary. As Loki is P3, 4 seconds behind the McLarens at the moment. As Jerry is open to get by 7 tenths now. So Jerry must have profited on a mistake from Black Box behind. Now Loki's gone faster than the purple in sector 3 now, so the track's still evolving. Is it getting drier and quicker at the same time? And it looks like nothing else is going on in the background. Actually, I'm surprised we've had no retirements in the rain. But it shows these guys actually enjoy the wet around Hungary. But we'll have to see how this plays out because we're only on lap 7. So we'll have to wait and see what happens actually in the race. Sorry about that, yo. Right. So, McLaren's still on looking course for a great result at this race, unless the cars behind have a big strategy team or something happens between them. Just like the Mercs in turn 1. But I can't. I know that's going to be the point. I'm just going to have to deal with all the hurtful words after this. Right, but it looks like Ghoul is able to stick with Loki at every sector. As further back, Josh is filing up past Liam. A bull move, and Jorma yet again follows him. The Red Bulls are working in a team there to get past everyone. And I'm going to go back on board with Ghoul. He's getting right to the rear of the British man in the Alfa Romeo, Loki Cheese. And Google is going for a bit of a tight exit. Loki slides a bit inside the final corner. Liam now gets past Sniper. Terry's gone in the 29th though. The track's getting faster and faster. And Google just can't get the grip to follow Loki around the corners. Oh. But it looks like it's going to be interesting to see the crossover because the track is nearly dry. Like, the drying line starting to appear already is what I meant to say, not that. But look at Ghoul, he's so impatient behind the Alfa Romeo. He wants to get past him and go. Because he knows he can go faster with the clean air. But Loki's placing his car just like Fernando Alonso. Jerry now has a 3-second time penalty on lap 8. So now the big game here is obviously Jerry has to pull a gap, or will he let his teammate take the victory? That's going to be a hard pill to take. But as further back, Sarakari gets past Massiek. There's a little bit of free-car squabble going on, I can see down the screen. But I'm sticking with Gula because Gula is trying to put Loki under a lot of pressure to get the move. He's much closer around Sector 2. Because I feel like Loki may have a better setup for the corners, not speed. Because he gets a better exit, obviously, in the corners and all that. Gula looks again, but he can't do it. Josh gets past Jacob, but this time Joe can't follow him exactly. Oh, maybe he got no contact! Joe in the rear there, and I hope he didn't get damaged from that. As Jacob lost the car in the curving, but the Red Bull gets right by and sticks behind his teammate again. Google again just can't match Loki around the corners, and there he goes. Loki is doing a great job holding off Google and keeping a clean run out of the corners. So Google needs to stick with him. Now Axe has proved it because he's gone to 29.6 in that clean air. And the Red Bulls are also stretching the legs now with a clean air ahead of them. The gap is now 5.5 between the leaders and P3. So now it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because as you notice the rain has stopped. We're already on lap 9. The dry line's starting to appear just now, but we'll be waiting a while before I feel like the hards are going to call for everyone. Unless someone's going to feel bold with the mediums. Or hope for a safety car. Other than that, it looks like the race is going to be how managing your tyres, getting your temperatures kept going, and when to pit. It's going to be the key thing here. I see Google is now starting to drop Kale behind because the gap's now 9 tenths. We're on lap 10 now nearly, as the McLarens are still dominant and Jerry still leads the Grand Prix. But we'll have to see how this plays out in the race, because I feel like he might do the team game, you never know. But Loki still holds up Google, who just can match him in corner entry, but he can't match him in corner exit. And there goes Google again, he loses it. Loki's doing a great job holding off Google here. But the question is, how is Axa going to charge, and how the Red Bull's going to charge further behind, since they've got clean air now. Well, obviously I thought I'd say this now. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this, because this race isn't over yet by a long shot. Because we're already on lap 10 and the track's going to dry. We're definitely going to see different tyres coming out. So it's going to be the big question is when are we going to see? We just have to wait and see how that plays out, because the track obviously the track conditions are really weird in this game. And I feel like Google, do not do that. Loki put the block on. Google's gone for the move! And Loki has to cut the chicane. And now he's going to be side by side. Loki's going to hold on for the moment, but that was very close. I did not expect a car to go for that in the dry, then they left the wet. Oh, that's bravery there. As there goes Gooey, gets the inside line there. Loki just can't defend it this time, and Gooey finally gets past the Alfa Romeo. And look at Kenny sneaking up more behind him. And that shows how far they are from the McLarens right now. 7.6 seconds. Jerry's going faster in the low 29s now. And Kale is holding up Hungary, who's trying to make a move. Now the question is Loki going to be in P4 when he gets to the start-finish? At the end of the start-finish straight now, because the cars behind him are getting very confident. Obviously then you've got Axa getting closer and the Red Bulls behind. But Jerry still leads the Grand Prix with a nice handsome gap by 1.7 over Black Box. Now, but Google's been released, so he's going to start charging after these two. As he's got the gap by 2 tenths already in a few corners. So, oh, he was there, a massive moment there. That was Simon. I saw his car cut to the left there, the right there, and he saved it, thankfully. Jones and Josh have shot. No! It's Josh had a moment there, because Jones' gap's just got to 2.3. And it looks like Josh may have had a moment. He saved the car, it looks like. But he's lost a huge amount of time to his teammate. He's been released now. And now Josh has got obviously is back up to this train behind them. And the track is still dry and the line is getting better and better visible now. And I feel like the pit strategy is going to keep us. There's Hassan. He's in the wall. He's got no front wing. And we've got it's a virtual safety car. And let's see, is anyone going to spring the pits? The McLarens can't do anything. Or anyone else going to trigger the pit stops here? No, I don't think they don't. None of them think it's dry enough yet. Oh, Lucky Chief's thought about it, but he didn't go for it. But there's a virtual safety car because the game's broken. It won't tell me, but I can tell because there's no safety car on track. It's clear the debris of Hassan, who lost his full front wing. Hopefully, we should get racing soon. No one's pitted, so they don't think the track is ready for soft. It's ready for drive time. Enzo gets a drive through, so that's ruined his race. And we're starting off. So Jerry has managed to extend his gap during that VSC. He's now 5 tenths ahead of his teammate. Google managed to cut it down just a little bit. But it's going to be a question is how is Google going to catch up to these? Is he going to gain a lot or will he gain just a small attempts and all that on him? I'll have to see how this plays out though. Obviously Loki's is going to be under pressure by Kale and Panos. He's on a great drive. Enzo is in the pit, taking his drive through now, along with Hassan for a new front wing. But Jerry is still going faster, so the track's getting even better for these tyres. But remember, it won't be long before the the hards are going to come out, and they're going to be to the end of the race. As Jerry has a bit of a drift there around the second last corner. And we could see the first car going a lap down on lap 13. And Hassan's got mediums. That's brave. He's got nothing else to lose, so fair play to Hassan. But I'm really hoping to hold up these guys, because their tyres, especially, are going to need controlling at the moment, because you can tell Jerry's sliding around the corner. Google's cut the gap by 5 tenths there this lap. It's not going to be enough, as Jerome's now going faster than that clean air. 28.6 for the Red Bull driver. Okay, just can't shake off Kale and all that behind them. As Hassan, the blue flags are out, and oh boy, here we go. He gets up there. Thankfully, I was going to really hope he wasn't going to stay ghosted for that corner. That would have been an awful corner to do that. As it looks like Liam and Jacob are side by side into. Yeah, Liam's got the outside, Jacob the inside, but I think Liam might have just enough speed to hold him off. And Jacob has lost the position to Liam there in the Ferrari. So that's just opened the strategy, because a lot of the cars behind are getting very impatient, I feel like now. But now to the tyres, it's going to be a question, how is Enzo going to react? Because, well, actually I've just said that, Enzo spun. So yeah, it is definitely not ready for dries yet, because Enzo spun. I was right, I've just said. Enzo... Oh, okay. Right, Hassan stays out everyone away. Hopefully that's fine, yep. Just, Terry's gone fast as yet, which shows the Inters are still going strong. But Black Box is now 3 seconds behind his teammate. I remember Jerry has a penalty, so that could be the gap that Jerry needs to win the race, for example. Lap 14 now, the track's getting quicker and quicker, so it won't be long before the dry tyres are going to start appearing around here. But it's going to be who's going to pull the trigger first. Because as soon as someone does, everyone else starts copying them. And I feel like it might be one of these guys hitting this group. Because I feel like maybe Kale might go for a brave move, Low-Key might go for standing. Jacob's now under attack by Sniper, as Hassan's now spun out on the front stretch. And Jacob's trying to hold off. Sniper's going to do the same thing as Liam, but he doesn't have as much drive as Liam did. But he's going to get in the next corner there, and Jacob loses another position now. He's P13. But I'm just noticed that Low-Key has got a big train starting to pull behind him. As Axel now, I've noticed, is behind these. You've got Simon catching up, and you've got Jerome. So Low-Key has a train from P4 for where he is to P9. Who needs Alonso when you've got Low-Key in Ero? Obviously, he's got the speed and the downforce to help him, so that's the key thing. We're on lap 14 now, starting 15 now. We've got 20 more laps of the race, and the laps are still getting quicker and quicker, and the 27 flat style for Jerry. Google's 6.2 behind, he's gaining as he can prove, he's taking fastest lap in the 26s now. Lucky Chiefs just has a much better setup for the corners, which is helping him hold off everyone behind him. So he's got a 6-car train, but it's going to be curious. One of these guys is eventually going to go for a dive, and it's either going to work really well, or it's going to be absolute chaos. Right, so, well, lap 14, the dry line's getting better and better seen now, as you can tell. No rain at all for the last 5 laps. So it won't be long before the Inters are going to be coming off, and they're going to be on dry tyres. But I'm curious if they're going to do hards or mediums. Hassan's still trying to battle on his mediums, but as you can tell by his throttling, but he is just having to feather his throttle. He's got front wing damage. He's spun on the start-finish line. He has to the pit now, because obviously now he could be a lap down now. Enzo's going to get past him, who took a drive-through. But we're going to start lap 16 now. Jerry still has a nice comfortable lead. He's extended it as well to 4.4. Hassan retires in the pits. For the Haas driver, just couldn't get the grip, and unfortunately the car got him. Jerry's now gotten even faster now. So Jerry and Gould are exchanging fastest laps over and over. Because Gould's trying to cut the gap down. He's gutted by another second allowed as well. Gould's a tenth slower than Jerry right now. But Jerry's got the gap that he needs at the moment to hold this win. Further back, Loki's train is still going. There's no one's close enough to make a move yet. So it just shows you the difference in the setups. Because you can tell some cars have better straight line speed. Joel got past Simon actually there. Simon must have had a mistake there. I must have missed that there. And Joel's into P8 now over the Frenchman. So now Joel obviously he's thankfully got the cars ahead of him he can stay with, and obviously he can easily copy one of these and stick with them. As Jerome's now gone fastest apparently in Sector 1. So that just shows how much the taste is. Jerome slides it coming into the Sector 2. Jerry's got another 3-second time penalty. Jerry is not liking this track for track limits. But I'll have to see how this plays out, because you never know, he could build a gap. He's already done a 4.2. He can maybe do a 6 second if he wanted. Jerry thought about the fence there. He changed his mind last second. So Jerry's going for he's pulling the gun there. He's going for the drives. Black Box continues. Google continues also. And Black Box is down to its fastest lap now. It's just a stranger. Mediums are going on. Is anyone else going to join in? Kale's joined in, so he wants to try and get an undercut. Along with Google, Pangreal. Not Google, no, Access, sorry, bloody hell, man. So, Jerry's gone for mediums. He needs to get these up to temperature. He's thankfully got clean air now to warm up his tyres. Kale's next car, he's got mediums, so I feel like all the mediums are going to be coming out to play. And AXA. So now, this is where the race is going to get very interesting, because you got the guys in the inters who are going to be pushing, and you got the guys in the mediums who are going to just try to get their tyres warmed up before they can push. But I'm curious because, well, I'm going to keep an eye on Ken, Kangaroo and AXA, because these guys are trying to get ahead of Loki, Jerome and Simon. Yellow flag, it looks like, is that Jacob? And it is Jacob, I think. No, it's not. I don't know who that was, actually, for the yellow flags. But yeah, but a lot of all the mediums are coming out, so everyone's going for the standard mediums. Black Box now comes to the pit now, but the question is he pitting or is he going to keep going? No, he's definitely pitting, because the track's bone dry now. Google will have to follow him suit. But now, the big key thing is this traffic going to hurt Jerry enough that he can't get ahead of his teammates after the pit stops? Black Box is at his pit wall now. Jerry's coming around the final corner now. Medium's going on. DRS has been enabled. Jerry has DRS, I think, now because of this. No, he does not yet. His teammate, there he is, coming out of the pits now. But Jerry's going to do enough to hold the lead. But he now needs to build it if he's going to hold it off. Guel's going to be P3. And that next battle is going to be key. Loki's in the pits now. Kale's coming down the start-finish line now. Kale might have done enough here just to get ahead. Or at least one of the guys ahead coming out of the pits. There goes Loki. There goes Kale's done it. He's going for the move. He's got his tyres warmed up, but he just can't defend it. And Jerome has managed to get ahead of Pangreal and AXA with an overcut. But Loki's defending, and there goes Kale. Kale slides by Alfa Romeo on his warmer tyres. A great undercut by the Finnish driver there, and he goes on to P4 now. And if he can get away, he has a great chance for more solid points for Ferrari and Constructors, and for his chance to get in the top 8 for next year's qualifying. And you tell, look at Loki's speed compared to everyone else behind him. Loki's struggling to get his tyres ignited, because Kale's still 1.6 ahead. But look at this squabble behind them. And the question is anyone going to go for a move here? Because look at everyone's thinking about the same move. Jerry's got a 20.1 now on the medium, so it shows his pace is still going, even on the dry tyres now. Oh, this is madness. Oh, bloody hell. Right, so at lap 19 now, all the dry tyres have come out. Everyone's on the same tyre, medium, to the end of the race now. As Jerome gets past Loki now, who's struggling. And Loki, it's actually misses the braking! He wanted to put him on Pangreal, and he's going to not be able to do it. Because of that late braking. Axel's trying to get back do a recovery drive for his championship, because at this rate, Black Box is going to take it ahead again with 2 rounds to go. This is literally 2021 all over again. Lewis Hamilton trying to get past cars that are slower. Oh, I just realised that is as well. It's Alonso versus Hamilton. But Sax is determined. He goes for the move and Pangrio backs out. Axel finally gets past the Alpine, and now he's got Loki Ed, and then Ken because he's trying to do a recovery after getting hit by his own teammate at lap 1, turn 1. He wants to recover, but the question is, Jerry's got penalties on his name. He needs to build a bigger gap if he wants to take this victory. Or will he play the team split the game and let his teammate take it? Guel's now fastest car on track, but the track's still evolving. As shown there, Jones now gone fastest. And the big question is, obviously, is Loki going to be an attack there? Because Axel has DRS, Loki doesn't control him again. It's pulled away, so Loki is struggling now with the DRS activated. And now it's going to be a question of, oh, is this Simon in the back road? Simon somehow held it and not DNF'd. But he's lost time to Pangrio now, 2.4 seconds. And then meanwhile, Axel is trying to put the Alfa Romeo under pressure now to take the position. So I don't think this race is over yet, because one safety car can change everything. I really hope I didn't jinx that. Right, Jerry is now catching up to more lap traffic, and that's going to be Enzo ahead. And next guy ahead was Vespa. So we're on lap 20, and he's going to start lapping cars. Enzo's already moving. No, it looks like I thought Enzo's getting away. He must have left the car for a second. But the laps that we noticed haven't improved anymore now, so I think they may set their best times now on the mediums. As it looks like it is, yeah. As Caleb comes around to start lap 22 now. He's P4 at the moment, or 21. I keep forgetting updates on him with the leader. But he's now got Droll, he's trying to chase him down. Low-key, he's got Axel, who's got a great run on the inside. Low-key just can't do anything at that speed of DRS. And Axel takes positions, he's going to get DRS again. So Low-key, who had a great drive in the wet, is going to struggle in the drive. It's like, yellow flag, it's Simon again! The same corner, and he retires on track. So he must have problems, and he's had to retire on track. So that's not a good thing for Simon. He was on course with some good points here in the Aston Martin today. But it looks like that's not going to bring anything. Car's out the way, thankfully. Sorry, I just had to take a break there for a breath. Alright, so it looks like the gaps are starting to stagnate a bit because Google isn't able to catch up anymore. The Black Box isn't able to catch his teammate anymore. Speaking of Google! Google's just spun on the final corner! I was on the phone for a second and I was on Google's POV, and Google's going to lose the chance for a podium now! And he's right in the middle of the track. Thankfully he's ghosted, but Google's just threw away the podium! Oh my god! So now I can tell the McLarens are going to be loving that. Because I can already tell how their feud's been going this season. But Kale is now on for another podium at this rate. He's got his hold of Jerome behind him. And that's Jerry! Jerry's spun in the same lap! He's got enough of a gap, but he's lost the lead to his teammates! That's incredible! Two of the biggest names in the league at the moment, and they've both spun it on the same lap. Jerry's thankful enough to have a big gap. Yellow flag, that's Sarakaya who spun out. But incredibly, Black Box now leads the Grand Prix by 4 seconds over his teammate who has spun it out. Oh my word. What the hell is going on? Right, so it's literally turned into Max Verstappen in the mediums at Red Bull this year. Everyone's spinning out for some reason. But obviously now, it's Black Box, Jerry and Kale for the podium. Joel is trying to catch up to the Ferrari for that podium, but he has no ERS, and he has a charging Frenchman of Axel behind him. That is going to be the key question here, because Axa has no ERS either. Meanwhile, Keel's saving here, so Keel is on for a great point haul here if he does not abuse it or a safety car doesn't happen. Wow, I can't believe that much. It is literally a lap. Two of the big names who are trying to help their teammates for the title, or going for themselves. So I think at this rate, this eliminates Google from the championship now, because he'll be too far back with 2 rounds to go. So Google may just through his chance for another Ero F1 championship. Unfortunately, the Hungarian Curbs biting him. I mean, still remember everyone who's still watching. We've got 2 after that. That's another one, and that's the Alpine of Snokin. Same corner as Jerry, so the truck's still biting at people. Oh, like that's amazing. But Jerry is catching black box. But the question obviously where the penalties are going on at the moment. So, but the fact Kale is actually holding off Jerome, that's a very key thing here for the Finnish driver, because the DRS is so powerful around here, and because they have no ERS behind, they are struggling to keep out in the corners without any ERS to help them. That's a bit of a wobble there for Jerome, you saw. Jerome was pushing hard to try and catch up to the Ferrari ahead of him. And Axel's now stagnated also because he can't get in the DRS gap. And he's on the same ERS, but further behind, lucky, and that's another spinner, and it's Snokin again. So the track's now just wanting everyone to spin, it seems. Like, what is this? Have you noticed the gap has gone down massively? Black Box is now got 2.7 between him and his teammates. Right, this is just incredible. Right, well, lap 25 now. 10 more laps to go, and the top 3 is Black Box, Jerry, and Kale still. Jerome can't do enough, but now Axe has got DRS now. So can we see a Red Bull Merc fight going on? And can we see anything from Loki behind, who's trying to save his DRS? But now Axe is going to start pulling in the Red Bull with that DRS he's got now. So now he could be under attack in the next lap or the lap after. And this could be what Kale wants, to get away and get another podium this season in that Ferrari. He's been struggling a lot for race pace because his car will sometimes bite him. Just like in real life for Ferrari fans. Sorry, I had to. But other than that, Kale has been already showed his pace multiple times. It's just fortunately he gets involved in incidents, his car spins. That's another spinner, Sarakaya. That's another one. You can top that to 8 now. And there goes Black Box and Jerry. They both passed the Williams, and now they've got Enzo to pass. And, right, well, lap 26 now. 9 laps to go with the Hungarian race. We've already had a lot of action. As the blue flags are flown, and they go away. Jerome isn't able to get them. Now the big question is, what can Axa do with that DRS now on the Red Bull? As here comes the Mercedes. He's using his DRS. He won't be close enough here, but I feel like he can get him next lap because he's sticking to him very well. And further back, I've seen that low kick. It's Google and Josh. That's another spinner. It's Enzo this time. We're on 9 spins. That's like, this race is literally biting everyone. We've now gone from 7 spins to 8 spins, and now on to 9. But Jerry is catching up his teammate, but with the penalties right now, Jerry cannot win this race. At most, he can take fastest lap away from his team at most, but right now, the points, Axel's going to get 10 points at the moment. No, yeah, that's right, sorry. He'll get 10 points at the moment, but if he gets past Joel, it'll be 12. But Jerry will get 6 more points than him. So, but with the win, Obviously, you'll get with the win. That's going to change. We've got another spinner, but no Sarakai in the pits this time. I really thought it was going to spin there. I got so hyped for 10 spins. But we'll stick aboard the Red Bull because here comes Actor, the Mercedes, being captured and captured and captured. It's taken 3 laps, but he's got alongside the Red Bull. Actor brakes late and keeps up the corner, and he gets DRS again, remember, and Enzo retires in the pits also. So we've lost now another 2 drivers there, and we're on lap 37. But obviously the key thing is Axel's managed to get ahead of Jerome, but the fact Axel needs to pull away now and catch up to Kale ahead. But obviously with no ERS, this could be what Axel did not want, because Jerome can now use his spar and DRS to keep up with him and get right past him again if he pleases. But let's hope obviously this podium can be sealed for Kale, because obviously the Ferrari obviously looks really good again this year, and because how unlucky he's been. That's another spinner. That's Vespa again. This race is just literally spin central. I swear we're on 11 spins now. No, that's actually 10. Sorry. That's incredible. But Black Box still leads the race. Jerry is catching up quickly in the other McLaren. Kale is obviously only 1.1 ahead, but Joel might be putting pressure on Red Bull. Always happily going to get dragged along by the Mercedes. As it looks like that's the question, because Actor is catching Kale. We've got 7 more laps here of the Hungaroring, and this 3rd position podium is not sealed yet. We thought Kale had it, but Actor's managed to do a great recovery drive to get spun out and start getting into P19 after being spun out by his teammate. But other than that, not much is actually going on. Obviously, Pangrio's just trying to stick these guys ahead, and along with Loki, as they pass another lap car that is Snokin in the Alpine. But look at this, Drone's actually sticking another spinner, and it's Vespa again. I think no, it's not Vespa actually. It's Massey F actually this time. So we're now 11 spins. Black Box leads number lap 29 now. 1.8 gap now, but it's 8 seconds a gap now, but the gap is just not enough. Kale is just holding off the Frenchman behind. Another one! And this time it's Massey yet again. This race is just turning into a farce now for spins, I swear. Guys, you're not going to get the best spin competition. That's not a thing. But we've got the 6 laps to go here. Right. So now, actually, I don't think it's actually, unless he pulls something mega out, he's not going to get close enough to Kale, because Kale has ERS to use to keep the gap. And obviously Axel's going to be under attack by Jerome again. But as I said that, Axel's put it into the 1 second. So this is obviously going to be the key thing here, because he has no ERS, but the DRS might be enough to get past Kale. And obviously Kale's now going to have to fight for this podium. It's a 3-race scrap for it though. It's the Mercedes and Axel, the championship leader. You've got Jerome and the Red Bull trying to overhaul his teammate in points. And Kale, obviously, in the Ferrari, just trying to get some good solid points for the team. As we start lap 30 for these guys. And now Kale obviously now has to start defending. Yellow flag, and it's just it's a Haas just going slow. That's a problem. So we won't have any issues with punches or anything, because the mediums will be fine. But Black Box has been caught by Jerry. So unless Jerry's going to blitz past Black Box, because he'll let him by. But we'll go back and board this podium battle as further back Sniper's got past Guwil. So Guwil is going to be out, might be out the points at this rate. And look at Guwil, he's going to the outside. Sniper defends the inside. Guwil is trying to do the long way around here. And he just got to do it. The Alfa Romeo is just going to... Oh, Guwil has a massive moment! And that's number spin 13! Guwil is definitely out of the championship fight now with that. That is unfortunately ruined, and Axe is now going to have to do this on his own without any help now. As now Liam with a 3-second timer, that might affect his finish today. Because he's in the points. But we'll have to see how that plays out. As the track's starting to bite a lot of guys now, are we going to see any more getting bit by... But there goes Kale! No! Kale's out of the podium also! First Google, and now Kale's out of the podium! Axe has taken the P3, but it's got to defend Joel to the end of the race now. That is so unfortunate for the Ferrari. He's now dropping like a stone to P11. I can't believe that. Not once, but twice to the P3 man. Oh my god. Oh my god, another spin, and that's better. Guys, 115 spins in the last 15 laps. I don't even know how to do this, but Black Box has been caught by Jerry, but with the penalties right now, Black Box is going to take the victory. We've got 4 more laps to go. So this is going to be, it's going to either Jerry does something happen, or the curse of Hungary strikes one of these two. And you never know. Axel is trying to extend his gap, but Jerome is just able to stay in that DRS. Oh, wow, I can't believe how much has already happened. Like, Jesus. Oh, right, sorry. Just had to take a moment there for a second. So the only battle I think we've got currently, right, is going to be Axa and Gua. Another one! 16! Right, so the only battle I can see on track right now is going to be Jet and Liam, I can see, and Axa and Joram, so I stand corrected when I say there's only one battle. So we've got the British drivers for the P9, and Axa and Joram for the last podium. Right, so this is going to be the key thing, obviously. The Mercedes, McLarens have already secured their 1-2 unless something happens to them, both of them. But you never know. It's already struck Kale, Goo will. I'm surprised Goo didn't pit for new softs to get fastest lap to get away from McLarens. Because you never know, every point helps. But it looks like these two are happily going to sit like this to the end of the lap to the flag. But that might not be key because Axa, if he gains 2 seconds, which I know around Hungary is going to be hard, he could take that podium, I think, of P2, but I don't think so. I think 2 seconds gap's going to be plenty for these guys in their front. So we had a Mercedes front row, we had a McLaren 1-2 at the start because both Mercedes had damage to each other. Google hit the rear of Axa, spun him out. And Axis had to go on full recovery mode. He's literally, his channel is in a Lewis Hamilton 2021 Brazil. Other than that, there's actually not going on. Obviously Jacob and Liam are still battling for the final point. For the final, either 2 points or 1 point. The McLarens are happily sitting in the train for 1-2 finish. And wait, hold on a minute. They just gained 5 oh no. I don't think they realise how big the gap might close. Right, so we've got 2 more laps. Adrian's just took fastest lap on the softs. So I'm surprised other ones haven't done like Goo will, for example, since he's out of the points now. We'll have to wait and see. So 1-2. Jerry is being let by his teammate because they know the threat of Axa might be able to get ahead. Yeah. And Jet now gets another penalty. That could definitely influence the battle for P9. But I'm not going to reveal the penalties. I'm just going to say that they both got penalties, is all I'm going to say. Axa still holds off Jerome, who's sticking to the gearbox of this Mercedes so well. And Jerry has been released now to get the gap built because he needs to hold it. So Axel needs to gain 1.6 if he wants to take that P2. I think, because Jerry has 2 6 seconds. No, 2 3-second penalties, I think, last time I checked. But at this rate, Jerry's got clean air, so I don't think that's going to happen. We've got one more lap, so unless something major happens. But Axel's now obviously under attack by Joram. Joram's going to have one more chance to make a move in a great position. Or it's going to be a very difficult way to get past the guy ahead. There's the fastest laps that shows Jerry has just been a bit quicker than Black Box, but Axel's been on fire again. But we'll have to see how this goes. About on the final lap now, Jerry leads by 1.1 over his teammate. Now Axel's got to defend Joram one last time, but I don't know if he's got enough speed here, because here comes Joram. He's got a huge run. Now can he get him the second DRS? Because he needs to get him done here if he's going to have any chance to get this P3. Axel's just got the exit speed to hold him off here. So Joram's now going to have to do it somewhere in the final part of this lap. Meanwhile, Jacob is holding off Liam, who's now behind him. They're now currently on the front stretch. Liam's not close enough for this, but can he do it in the second DRS? I was like, drill him. Oh, Jake got a bit of a wobble. That could be a door, but Liam just can't get the exit speed and will stay behind the AlphaTauri. But look at Joel. He's trying to push a mistake into Axel, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Axel's been pushing the gap. Ken's now took fastest lap now. He paid for softs. Gould did not, to my surprise. And he's getting caught by the Ferrari. But now it's going to be a great finish for these two. These two are going to be ecstatic probably after this. You didn't think they were going to do it, but they landed in turn 1 and have never looked back. Jerry wins the race, but with the penalties, it's going to be a win for Black Box to help his championship hunt yet again. Axel's going to come P3 to help this championship. Joel P4, Loki P5. And then Pangrio, another great result by him. P6 it looks like, but unless Josh can get the gap, Josh and Pangrio swap over, so Pangrio gets another P7. Sniper P8. And then Jet is going to get P9, but will that matter with the penalties? No, Liam will get it. So Liam gets 2 and Jet gets 1. Guwil is going to hold off Kale here, because these two were both on the podium, and Guwil knows not to hold off Kale. These two, remember, were on the P3. Both of them spun out. There goes Guwil again! And to round it off, we've got number 16. Oh my god. God, I'm 17. Oh my god, man, this game. That's the end of the race. I'm still in shots. That's a great sign. Oh. They have now swapped. No, actually. No, they're on equal point. Oh god. 2 rounds to go. Axel and Black Box are on equal points. I just realised. And Joe, great result, just couldn't get the podium today. Lucky James, Josh Evans, Pangrio, Sniper, Liam and Jake, Sarakaya, Enzo, Simon and Haas.